Take a look at Jack and Julia. They have the kind of comfortable, predictable dynamic that only comes from years of being best friends. They know each other's habits, their work routines, and their daily rhythms. It is a highly stable, completely predictable baseline. But Jack is carrying a massive, unacknowledged variable in his head. He has been deeply in love with Julia for a long time, and he has kept it entirely to himself. When one person harbors unvoiced romantic desire, it creates extreme fragility within that friendship. Everything looks structurally sound on the outside, but the entire dynamic is resting on a hidden fault line. That fault line gets tested by a sudden external catalyst. Julia mentions that her parents are actively planning to arrange a marriage for her. This structural model illustrates Julia's argument. Arranged marriages are systemic and practical. A wide layer of family backing acts as a stabilizer. Jack counters this. He argues marriage must be built on individual choice, with passion acting as a dynamic support. They are analyzing two different sets of fears. Julia looks at romantic love and worries it will naturally fade, leaving her without a safety net. Jack looks at a purely arranged setup and worries about a lifetime of guaranteed security that feels hollow. It exposes a specific tension. The traditional system offers a high degree of logistical security, but it often lacks the deep emotional spark required to make that security feel meaningful over 50 years. Pushed by the threat of Julia marrying someone else, Jack reaches his breaking point. He takes a massive personal risk and explicitly confesses his love to her. A verbal confession operates like an impact on this sheet of glass, permanently destroying it. The predictable boundaries of their platonic relationship are gone. There is no way to return to the way things were before. Julia's immediate reaction is pure shock. Her response isn't romance. It's a frantic sense of self-preservation, driven by the fear that she is about to lose her closest confidant. A romantic confession acts as a destructive catalyst. By forcing the hidden truth into the open, it pushes the relationship out of its stable equilibrium and into a volatile state where everything must be redefined. Caught between what she planned and what she now knows, Julia hits a psychological wall. She faces a paralysis of choice, forced into an emotional crucible where every option feels dangerous. We map her dilemma using a risk matrix. Choosing Jack offers high reward, but carries the risk of severe heartbreak. Conversely, an arranged marriage offers a guaranteed safety net, but requires sacrificing the passion she could have with Jack. Julia is torn. She has spent her life respecting her cultural traditions, but she is now weighing that against a personal desire she never expected to feel. When a long-standing cultural tradition meets a sudden, intense personal desire, standard risk calculation fails. The math simply doesn't help you decide. Julia decides the only way forward is to be honest with her parents. She tells them about Jack and her feelings, putting her future in their hands. She expects a fight. She anticipates her parents will defend the tradition of an arranged marriage to ensure her long-term stability. Instead, her parents acknowledge that Jack has proven his commitment by being there for years. They realize that the stability they wanted is actually better served by someone she already knows and loves than by a stranger. This shows that family support and romantic love don't have to be at odds. When the parents prioritize Julia's happiness, they are choosing a different kind of security, one built on the trust she and Jack have already earned. With her family's blessing, Julia returns to Jack. She makes the choice to follow her heart and pursue the romantic connection. They transition from being friends to being partners, grounding their new relationship in a promise to face any future challenges as a team. They both acknowledge the reality of the situation. Life choices carry inherent risk, and no system, traditional or modern, completely eliminates the possibility of things not working out. What they are doing is taking a leap of faith. It's the intentional choice to embrace unpredictability for the chance at deep personal happiness. Cultural traditions offer a valuable baseline of security, but the truest stability in a relationship is forged when you take a calculated leap of faith with someone who has already earned your trust.